Why did Godzilla kill Scylla? Scylla, Gilla, Zilla, Godzilla. Scylla vs Godzilla rivalry and backstory explained by the amazing GxK Center. Like, subscribe, and let's get on with this.
Godzilla Kong, the new empire has officially concluded the rivalry between two titans who were duking it out for the title of King of the Monsters. That's right, today on GxK Center,
I don't want to spoil it, but that was such an easy fight.
To kick Scylla out of the roster of titans, but also discuss this execution in more detail. Godzilla here was invited on set to demonstrate.
Hello? Hey, I'm here. Hey guys, sorry to interrupt. I got this job at GxK Center to be some sort of test dummy, but didn't realize that they were going to have freaking Godzilla blast me with atomic breath.
A promotion.
So they said I should tell you about today's sponsor. And if most of you click on the link, then they'll spare me. So please listen up.
You heard the guy. Click on the link. Spare him.
If you want to save this
guy,
click the link. No?
Click the link, save the guy.
Click the link.
It's our duty to, at least. Come on.
You can still click the link, man.
Exactly.
Titanus Scylla
Anyway,
was first
let's get back to
introduced
this.
back in 2019 in Godzilla King of the Monsters, right after Ghidorah temporarily took the title of Alpha.
Wow,
and
what a
woke up
beautiful
a good
movie.
number of titans around the world to wreak havoc, death, and destruction. And of course, someone like Scylla was going to wake up. Why? Okay, where to begin? Research conducted by monarchs studying this titan classified this one as a destroyer. Its malevolent nature was the prime reason many people lost their lives in populated areas like Sedona, where it woke up, making its way to Phoenix and destroying numerous buildings in its path. But that's just her way of being. What about her anatomy made her even more destructive? Pay close attention.
This is going to be interesting, guys.
There are additional reasons why the G-Man hates her so much. Let's bring Scylla over
because the G-Man doesn't want. He's the only true and only one. You know, no comparison. He wants everyone to be under him and don't do anything that he doesn't want to, you know, do.
Keeping
Just
foes
behave.
away from her more vulnerable body. If you do make it past the long claw-tipped legs, then you'll have to deal with the bulbous shelled body with tentacles. These may look fragile and weak, but they are very strong. Strong enough, in fact, to hold Godzilla's head in place. A more dark and scary use for these is picking up objects from the ground and putting those prey items into the mouth for consumption. Her armored body allows her to withstand the heavy pressure waves of blast weaponry, impacts from other kaijus, and survive getting thrown around. Although this monster takes up a big area, this does not mean it is heavy compared to other titans. Listed at only
you can tell it's going to be a light one.
This makes her even lighter than Rodan. Size-wise, we're talking about 341 feet in this particular posture. However, because of her leg anatomy, she could easily rear up and raise her body to heights that surpass Godzilla. As seen in
Doesn't
Godzilla
mean anything.
Kong, Scylla was able
we
to
get to see that.
to have a good but brief
I wish
height
this fight was a bit
against
longer.
the G-Man.
It was just
But what
too
about her
quick
does
and
Godzilla
just
hate the most?
it was over so quick.
It's her insatiable appetite for one thing: radiation.
Radiation.
To Scylla, it is so addicting that she will go out of her way to confront Godzilla himself in pursuit of this tasty energy source. For context, let's go back to this scene in KOTM after Godzilla had just killed Ghidorah. 5 titans appeared in Boston immediately after, surrounding Godzilla, ready to take him on, as per Ghidorah's command. After Godzilla
that still for me is one of the best movies ever.
Rodan, along with the other 4, bowed to Godzilla,
Probably
acknowledging
the
him
best
as
movie.
the king of the monsters. But just because you bow doesn't necessarily mean you fully accept this new ruler. Scylla here, and probably even Queen Muto here, were reluctantly bowing down to Godzilla. These two are considered destroyers by nature, and will naturally follow another destroyer, Alpha Kaiju.
Stuff.
Literally, as soon as all of these titans take off, Scylla would make a few stops before stirring up trouble again. After many years of hibernation and several days of messing things up around the planet, Scylla was now
Even when they behave, you know it. Something bad's gonna happen soon.
In Savannah, Georgia, Titanus Scylla made landfall on the coast, attracted to an inactive warhead laying off the shore. While the Coast Guard was trying to shoo her away, Godzilla pulled up to see what was happening, and quickly grasped a good understanding of what was going on. Scylla was hungry. Too hungry. Was going after this nuclear warhead that, if messed with, could explode and harm all the surrounding areas, killing both marine animals and humans alike. And Scylla wouldn't give a damn. But
Nope.
Godzilla did. About the ecology, that is. Not so much humans. After
Godzilla
lighting
never
up and
cares about the
reminding
humans.
her who is the boss, she didn't care. She
It's
was
like,
not
it's
about
my
to simply
office,
walk
don't
away
disturb
from the
my
tasty
area.
warhead. She was going to fight this time, putting her tentacles and long claws to good use, piercing the G-Man's hide, making him bleed. Enraged,
Oh.
Godzilla tosses Scylla and once again forces her to submit. Again, she didn't want to, but she had to,
No
or else
choice.
she'd die here.
Exactly.
Note that Godzilla didn't even use his atomic breath in this encounter. We'd like to think that here Godzilla developed some sort of hatred for Scylla at this point. It was now 2 times where Scylla squared off against him.
I would actually agree with
One
that.
where she actually threw hands. This would not be the last time Godzilla would fight Scylla. At the end of the book, we see Godzilla blasting an alpha signal across the globe, commanding all Titans to chill or go dormant. Most of the Titans obeyed, but some didn't. We'll see who in a little bit.
Scylla is one
Alpha
of them, I
Titan
would
in
assume.
The Monsterverse would soon learn that keeping the world of Titans in order is no easy task. There will always be others who see you as a big target with everything to lose. After the events of Godzilla vs. Kong and the destruction of Mechagodzilla, Godzilla would again continue patrolling the world, putting out fires here and there. For 3 years, Godzilla was able to keep the peace until some dude named Raymond Martin and his multi-billion-dollar company started messing with forces he shouldn't have.
Always the
Talking about the
humans.
creation and development of the Titan Hunter. Discussed in depth in a previous episode. To recap, in order to test this mech, the developers of this new weapon had to lay decoy energy reactors to attract the attention of Godzilla, like a distraction. The problem was that Scylla once again woke up and started looking for radiation.
It's because Scylla was
In one
hungry.
particular
You actually
case,
can't even
both
blame
Titans
Scylla
were
as well.
attracted to the same energy source, the Kudan
How long
Kulam
are they
power
supposed
plant
to
in
go
South
dormant
India.
for? Like, they have
But
to
we
get
need
out.
to make mention here of who got here first. Scylla. Yep, if there is one thing we learned in Godzilla Dominion is that Scylla is actually a very fast swimmer. Using jet propulsion as a way of very quickly
I have
traveling
never known
underwater, not even Godzilla can catch up to this one. While it is
This is
true
why
that
GxK
Godzilla would
Center
have
is
probably
so
detected
informative.
this energy source first, Scylla would probably get there faster if both Titans were traveling
You're
on the Earth's
getting
surface.
getting so much
Scylla
knowledge from
attacks this
GxK
plant,
Center.
causing a nuclear
Truly, like,
meltdown.
I
But the
thank
way
you,
she
GxK
harvests this
Center.
radiation is both bad and good for the environment. Let us explain. Scylla is known to be a scavenger of Titans, arriving after a Titan event, scavenging for radioactive remains to
Yeah.
consume. But since there was
Just
a
to
lack
get
of
all the
dead
glory
Titans
at the
around,
end.
Scylla now has
And
to
no
resort
harm.
to nuclear facilities such as this one. After breaking in, Scylla has the ability to expel a pollutant gas that absorbs the radiation and prevents it from spreading. This gas then gets siphoned up by Scylla.
Oof.
This is how she eats. After Scylla was
Sounds
done,
nasty,
we see that Godzilla
boy.
pulled up. Too late.
But the
2
G-Man
days
is
later,
always
Scylla
coming
arrived
out.
for another source in the UK, a
Stop
uranium
them for
pellet
the
manufacturing plant
full
in
and final
Preston.
thing.
6 hours later, Godzilla again shows up after she had already left. Then again, down in Italy, Scylla attacks a hidden U.S. nuclear arsenal, absorbing the radiation of 30 missiles. This
Wow.
time, Godzilla heads straight to the Mediterranean Sea.
How
Godzilla
powerful is
now
actually
knows
Scylla
what's
as
going
well?
on here and waits for her to make one more final move. Yeah, the giant crab cephalopod kaiju was only stockpiling nuclear radiation to make a run for the title of Alpha. The end game here was for a nuclear-enhanced Scylla to go toe-to-toe
Imagine if
with
Scylla
the
actually could,
Would this
like,
work?
gain
Let's
all
find
of this
out.
radioactive
Moving
stuff
ahead to the events of
and
GxK
become
The
the
New
most
Empire,
powerful
year
thing.
2027.
The world
It's
is
been
over,
almost
isn't
3
it?
years since their last encounter, and now Godzilla is ready to square up once again to finish this once and
I
for
wouldn't even
all.
call this
All
square
those
up.
assaults on humanity's nuclear
It was just
stockpiles
like
led to
a
this
few
moment.
slaps
Her
and
ability to
it was
outpace
over.
Godzilla to rapidly consume radiation made her believe that this time she didn't have to run away and feel prepared to face the Big G. Here, though, we see a bit of difference in her coloration. What happened? Scylla takes on this
Radiation.
red-orange coloration similar to that of a crab. We'd like to think that the vast consumption of radiation, along
Yeah?
with the amount of time spent underwater, led Scylla to evolve into a different colored kaiju, perhaps even shedding her exoskeleton to a more upgraded version optimized for underwater life.
So the best form of Scylla still couldn't manage with Godzilla. Imagine that.
Past experience with this Titan made him adopt a new strategy against Scylla's long reach and sharp claws: rushing. Godzilla wastes no time trying to parry these legs and runs straight past them,
it's just literally run and spear.
Main body, stunning her and giving the G-Man the opportunity to grab her limbs and throw her considerably lighter body like a rag doll. Now it was time
just
to
too
finish
easy.
this. Throwing Scylla on the floor made it difficult for her to stand up, given that her body was upside down. Godzilla quickly jumps and stands right above her body, bringing her legs down with his immense strength. And despite getting his face smothered by Scylla's tentacles, Godzilla's jaw muscles managed to open wide and blast Scylla with the kiss of death.
The kiss of death
of extremely hot temperatures causes the insides of Scylla to boil and increase in pressure. Here is where she died. With no other exit to release this pressure, the entire shell of Titanus Scylla bursts open, spreading her blood and
that was beautiful watching
all
this
over the surrounding terrain. Godzilla had enough of this Titan and had to kill her now before she became even stronger and a more menacing threat.
A later on problem, a bigger problem later on.
Up next
Elimination
on
time.
The G-Man continues his warpath, this time setting his sights on Titanus Tiamat.
That was so informative. GxK Center, I thank you for all that insane information you gather and present it to us. Like, subscribe, and I hope to see you soon.